Welcome to the Point Out Loud Women Trailblazers podcast, Series 5, on Pointers Driving Change at UWSP, brought to you by the UWSP Center for Equity, Development, and Leadership. Here at UW-Stevens Point, we believe that meaningful change begins with students and leaders who are committed to shaping a more inclusive, innovative, and empowered campus.
This series highlights the voices of passionate changemakers, students, advocates, leaders who are making an impact right here at UWSP. From student organizations to campus initiatives, these trailblazers are redefining leadership and community engagement.
As Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. Let's celebrate the students who are taking those steps to transform our campus and beyond.
Today, you're going to learn how to flirt with life. Haley and Olivia get into it with us, talking about big hope, big dreams, and big lives. These are women who've co-founded organizations on the UWSP campus. They are all about trying new things.
Olivia is the president of Students for Reproductive Justice, advocating for important issues and fostering conversations on campus. And Haley is a student entrepreneur and campus leader at UW-Stevens Point. She's currently majoring in marketing, and she is involved in several organizations that fuel her passion for leadership, creativity, and collaboration. Welcome, Haley and Olivia. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. Super happy to have you guys here.
Nice to see the smiles. You should see us. We're smiling already, folks.
I know. We're off to a great
excited.
start. Well, I would love to start if you guys could just tell me a little bit about yourself and about your background.
Yeah, my name is Haley. I am a junior on campus, and as far as I remember, I've always just been super busy and involved. My freshman year, I played on the women's tennis team, and then I started doing clubs. And then I eventually started my own business and competed in a business pitch competition and was the first person from Stevens Point to win. So
Yes, you
kind of had to
did.
represent there.
That's right. Several $1,000s, folks.
Just casually.
Wow.
Just casually. And then, I've just been continuing with Women in Business. Plan to go for, oh my gosh, it's almost my senior year. I don't even want to admit it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But and then just keep going on and move forward with my business and helping out campus and then make a little impact.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're a junior with everything you've accomplished
I know,
here.
right?
It's going by so fast, guys. I mean, I'm sure you know, you literally are in the MBA and everything. But
It is very fast.
and even for you too. Wait, what year are you?
Senior.
Oh my gosh. So it's coming to the end.
Kind of.
Oh, no.
I am graduating in December. So
Oh,
I've got
good. A little
extra
delay. It's
cushion.
nice. Yeah.
I've come to terms with it.
Yeah. No, I think super senior is good. My niece went the super senior 2-track.
Okay, there you
and
go.
it has actually ended up paying off for her. So
Gives some more cushion to think about things. a
it
lot more.
really doesn't it? And she's
Time is
just
good.
finishing her doctorate.
Good for her.
Love that.
In May. So yeah, time is not a bad thing.
Exactly.
Right.
So what's your backstory, Olivia?
So I am, like I said, a senior here at Stevens Point. I am studying wildlife, so not the normal, entrepreneurship, things like that. And the club that I run is definitely not wildlife focused at all. But I've always, I've always had my beliefs and my thoughts, and coming to school here really just solidified that. And a few of my friends and I, we were looking around on campus, and we just noticed there was an organization for like-minded people of the Students for Life, thought process. And we just thought there's not a group for the other side of that conversation. So we created the club, I believe, in 2022.
Yeah.
So my sophomore year, co-founded, and then my roommate and I, we are president and vice president, but we've been in those positions since.
What a duo.
I can't get rid of her. But yeah, so we kind of just took on those roles, and so we have, the club is essentially just a safe space for anybody who believes in those thoughts. We also talk about a lot of other things than just, pro-choice and things like that, but we talk about a lot of different things. But yeah, like I said, wildlife major, nothing related to that. I have a captive minor. I'm also a student manager in the case office.
Okay, that must be why you look really familiar to me. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm definitely around, student manager of operations there, so I kind of have a lot of hands in that dish and then some in other areas as well.
So say for listeners who are off campus what CASE does, what it is.
So CASE is Campus Activities and Student Engagement. So essentially, we have a bunch of different branches, but we're located in the Dreyfus University Center. And we host not all, but the bulk of the fun events on campus. Those are open to off-campus and on-campus, and it's free for students, $5 for non-students, and we host anything from like bingo, movie nights, comedians, musicians, but we host all of those lovely events for everyone, and then we also have SPIN, which hosts all of the organizations. So we oversee all the organizations alongside SGA, and we make sure everything's going there good for them. And we also oversee student employment.
Yeah.
So we have Quest, and that is how students find off-campus and on-campus positions. So
you're really at the heart of engagement here on campus. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Kind of a lot.
And I want to correct you a little bit. Serena and I definitely think wildlife is normal. In Series 3, we had 3 amazing women on who have either work in or have their degrees out of the College of Natural Resources.
It is an amazing college.
It is crazy cool. I learned a lot from that series.
Charismatic megafauna, which I don't know why, but I just really like knowing that term now, and I learned it during those sessions. We had an amazing conversation with a female falconer, and that was a blast.
Yeah, Abby. Yeah, she was so cool.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things.
Yeah, we think wildlife is normal.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And I have to say, as a professor, I'm super excited. I love when I hear students say, I wanted to think about things from another perspective. I never care what the perspective is, but knowing that we're learning to experiment and think differently, that's what this campus is about. Critical thinking is a core component of what we want to do here is elevate that, because we know it's going to be critical in your careers. So appreciate you taking the leadership there.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And what I really admire from both of you is you guys both have such a broad amount of experience in so many things. So I'm really excited to dive into that today. And I'm really excited to know what was it that inspired you to take on a leadership role at UWSP?
For me, I would say I kind of fell into it by accident. So I was very different in high school. I was very shy, was not involved in anything. I just did like tennis on the side, and like that was just it. I didn't hold any previous like club or leadership positions. And then I came to campus and I made it like a goal. Like after COVID, I'm like, I'm going to rebrand myself. And I stuck to it. And
look at you now, baby.
I know. It's like, look at me now, like literally 5-year difference. And I'm like a completely different person. I wouldn't change it for the world either. But yeah, that's when I met you, Serena, for a woman in business. I was obviously a business major. And I was just like, I'm just curious what this is about. Like, just want to meet new people. And that's how I got into that.
I hear it's a cool group.
It's, a lot of really cool gals in there. But I also just kind of like landed into like different clubs. Like I am the co-founder and treasurer of the Women's Ultimate Frisbee team. So woo to that. Yeah. And I never played Ultimate Frisbee literally besides like gym class. So I just ended up in this sport and I love it. So just kind of like trying new things, and that eventually gave me the confidence to start my own business, like let alone like as a woman, like no one in my family started a business, like no previous backgrounds or anything. And then throwing myself literally into the fire of like, let's see if this is going to fuel something or if I'm just going to burn. But like, I was like, there's only one way to find out. So I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm just super glad that I have those experiences and met the people that I met along the way.
Yeah, well, I again, like you, in high school, I wasn't really head of anything. You know, I was in the drama department, but I was in the costume crew. I just kind of was in the background floating
behind
by
the scenes.
But yeah, you know, when I came to school here, freshman year, I kind of was under the radar a little bit, you know, just kind of getting my bearings. Kind of hard coming here. It's, you know, big. And then sophomore year, I kind of stepped into a lot of different things. Sophomore year, I got my position at Case, not as student manager, but as student assistant, which was one underneath the manager. And then like I said, I co-founded the Students for Reproductive Justice. And then at the end of sophomore year, they asked me if I was interested in stepping up to the student manager position because our current manager was leaving. So I stepped into that role. And yeah, essentially, I kind of said it earlier, but, you know, like, as far as the position of co-founding the club, it was more of like we just looked around and noticed it wasn't here. And we thought, man, that kind of sucks. So we're like, we want that to be a thing. And, you know, as overwhelming as starting a club is, which I'm sure you co-founded, Ultimate Frisbee, it's kind of, it can be overwhelming at times. So you're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. And also with such a hot topic, it was right after Roe v. Wade. So we were frustrated and we wanted to do something, but we weren't sure what those steps were going to be. And working at Case was actually very helpful because I was able to talk with my coworkers about it because they knew, you know, how to do that. So it kind of was just, you know, I saw things that I wanted that weren't here, and I went for it because no one else was. So.
Isn't that a lesson? So listeners, dig deep, think to yourself, what do I want? And do it. Right, and do it. There we go. And do it. So we're in a unique moment here where we've got 3 women who have actually founded or co-founded organizations. What is it when you think about the process to actually form an official student organization? How did that draw out your leadership even further? Because I've been through that with another student, and it can repress your leadership, right? It can make you be like, I don't know if I'm, like you said, I don't know if I want to do this. But what drew out your leadership in going through all those arduous steps to co-found a student organization?
Yeah, it's definitely very hard, especially like in your situation, you're starting from nothing. And like you started from, there was no woman in business on campus. It's definitely going into like uncharted territories, which is really scary. Even like you're founding a business, you're founding a club, you're starting whatever, no matter what it is, it's scary. And I feel like a lot of people like think that someone who founded something, maybe you guys like experience this, they're like, wow, like you're super great and like that's awesome. Like, yes, it is awesome, but a lot of the times they kind of put you on this pedestal and they're just like, wow, you're like super up here, and it's like, no, like I'm just like you. Like this is terrifying. Like no one really ever talks about like the behind the scenes, and they always see the success, but it's a matter of like how you got there. At least like what I experienced through like my business and like starting and like participating in multiple clubs. Definitely taking time to accept failure was huge. And you have to be able to face that and know that failure. And I will admit, like I'm still openly like struggling with like accepting that failure is okay. But definitely in a leadership position when you're starting something from scratch and knowing that not all doors were open, but one will eventually is kind of what kept me going.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
not
great.
all doors are open, but one is eventually.
Well, yeah, and you know, like kind of going off that, it's hard because going into it, I kind of was a perfectionist, and so I'm like, if it's not done properly, I don't want it done at all.
I feel that. Yeah.
What's that like?
Right? And so it was kind of like it was hard because, and I want things done my way. You know, I have a certain way I see it, and that's how I want it. But being able to lean on the people around me and asking questions was kind of the hardest thing. So I was like, oh, you know, I kind of need to reach out. But then once you ask, I mean, everybody, you know, it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to ask. But once you ask, the door is open.
Yeah.
The door is open.
People love to help. And it's like shocking. I know it's like scary to ask though, because it's like, hey, like I'm struggling with this. And like, oh my gosh, I know someone. And then it all just fumbles, like it works. It's crazy.
Because even if they don't know, they know somebody who does know.
Networking at its finest.
Right, look at that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. And you guys are both experienced upperclassmen, so you guys both have made it this far.
We survived the journey.
Yeah. How do you think UWSP has really shaped you as a person?
I guess I kind of touched upon this before. Like, we shared, like, we were different in high school, and my journeys and, like, the positions that I've been in and, like, the people I've met and the opportunities has definitely, like, rebranded me into a completely different person. I would say I'm more on the extroverted side. I'm not as scared of public speaking anymore. And asking for help has definitely, like, been in my mind, like, an okay thing to do. Like, it is okay to admit that you're struggling. It is okay to admit that, like, your goals and, like, you're like, I'm not sure how to achieve that. So definitely rewired my brain set and who I am and how I see the world. That's, like, super pivotal, but, like, yeah, like, I have to literally give credit to Stevens Point for that. Not only from, like, a personal level, but just from, like, an external level. Like, Point has, like, helped me out so much for my business and everything. Like, I give so much credit to them, and I wish, like, obviously, like, I go to Stevens Point, like, we go to Stevens Point, so it's like, oh my gosh, go to Stevens Point, but literally, like, go to Stevens Point if you can. Like,
I love it. Literally.
no, literally.
It's so cool to, like, look at everything that you've experienced, and you're only a junior. That's crazy.
I know. It's crazy. And then I'm over here, like, I wish I started sooner.
I know. Lots of opportunity at Point, that's for sure.
I think, you know, it's kind of like, especially with how, like I said, it seemed hard to make the club, and it was, you know, but it really wasn't that horrible once you kind of get into it.
Once you get the ball rolling, yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's, you know, it's kind of just built that, and now it's like, oh, well, now that's nothing. I can do that. I can do literally anything else. So it's kind of just, again, built that confidence, you know. It's kind of like, especially in my position at Case as well, I'm a student manager. I oversee a staff, you know, it kind of, you have to have the confidence, at least in front of your staff. But yeah, so it's just kind of building that confidence. And, you know, I've seen it in myself, like, even in classes, having to do presentations or, you know, speeches or anything like that. You know, I've just kind of gotten more, like, okay with myself and okay with being there and taking up space, you know. Like, I feel like I used to be like, well, I'm just here. I'm just here, don't look at me, you know. But now I'm like, oh, I'm here.
This is me.
Let me give my speech.
As you should.
Did you say I've gotten more used to myself? Oof.
I've gotten used to her. She's gonna be here for a while, so
I like that. So you've gotten used to yourself, gotten comfortable in your own skin. And it sounds like Haley's gotten comfortable remaking herself, getting rewired, I think is the word you use.
Like a kind of like a butterfly type of thing, like, you know, like metamorphosis. Like, let me build her, you know.
Let me settle into her and let me build her. I like it.
I love that.
That's inspiring.
So on the topic of women, when you think about women in our society today, what gives you the most hope?
I really love to see young women who aren't afraid to speak up for themselves. I think in today's society, you know, we've come a long way in a century. I mean, even the last 50 years, you know, we've come so far. But there are still so many things that we need to do as women to even be seen as slightly equal, you know. And I just, seeing young women, even older women, but young women who are just passionate for that, it really is inspiring. And I'm so glad that there's other women out there who are, you know, fighting for that. So that gives me hope for sure.
I love that. What did you say? Slight equality or slight?
Oh, even kind of close to equality.
Yeah, kind of slight equality. Oh, that's a word we should use. So 82% on the dollar. That's what we earn if you look at it, you know, big picture. But now if you start to break it out by different sectors, or if you break it out by race, right?
That's what it.
Yeah. So Black women, I think it's like 58 cents. 58 cents because of nothing else but that one factor, right?
It's so sad.
So Slight equality.
And I mean, honestly, like that's all we're looking for.
Yeah.
We're not looking to be better than anyone, just equal.
Just equal. Yeah. Not looking to be better.
I kind of want to build off of that. So even like looking in history, like we were forced to like be silent as like women. We were always told to like you're less, you're not as equal. And I just want to like highlight what you mentioned, the fire that people have to stand up. It's so inspiring when you see someone, especially like a woman, like stand up for herself or for other people. And I believe also with social media even. And big component and the voices you can reach on there. It's just amazing. And look how much, like even from like a positive outlook of this, look how much women have changed in like literally like the past like 20 years or like 30 years or even like a decade. I'm so excited to see what it's going to be like in the next decade and from now on. Like I really think the future generations like is obviously like it just still exists that we have that non-equality between like like men, women, races, wherever. But I am excited and I really hope I'm alive to see the day where we are all seen as equal and not different.
One could hope.
I'm gonna hope big. I'm gonna hope big.
All right.
Hope
big. Yes. That's what we do on the UWSP campus. We hope big.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, we dream big, hope big.
Go big.
Oh,
we gotta say
big.
that all too. Oh my gosh. Dream big, hope big, live big. Ooh.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. What kind of advice would you give an aspiring student who wants to make an impact, or what is something you wish you would have known before you created everything that you've created?
I remember I first didn't reach out for like starting my business because I was scared that people were going to think it was a silly idea. And I was scared because I was like, there's so many, like there's the think big, like this is this far off idea. But then I'm like, I'm just a 19-year-old girl. I was like, is there any, like, look, like, be realistic, Haley. Come on, like, very negative self-talk. And we touched upon this before, but so many people want to help. And I wish I could just, like, go to younger Haley and be like, say something, ask. Like, say that, hey, this is my dream, and I think it could be this. People love to see the fire in other people, and they want to help. So I would just tell her, ask. It's okay to ask for help. Yeah. I love that.
Kind of building off that, that's kind of exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say do it, you know.
Do it.
I mean, don't be scared to do it. You know, it's kind of like I said at the beginning, we were like, I don't know if this is the right move. You know, are we going to get in trouble? Because like I said, this is, our club focuses on some things that aren't really shined lightly upon, especially in today's society. And so that was another thing. We were like, oh gosh, are we going to get in trouble for this? You know? But we talked with a lot of faculty that were very helpful getting there. And they had really helpful, you know, again, like ask, right? They're willing to help you. And so really just, you know, don't be scared. Do it. And even if you are scared, still do it. It's so worth it, you know. Once you get there, you're okay. But it's just the initial jump off the cliff that just scares the crap out of you, you know.
And even still, would you rather look back and be like, oh, I wish I would have done that? Or be like, I tried it.
I tried. Yeah.
Because you have your answer. You never want to assume, no, this won't work. You rather find that out, because it could be a yes, but you don't know unless you try.
Exactly.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be a what if 10 years in the future and be like, oh, well, what if I would have done that actually, you know?
Yeah, like how would my life be different? Whether that be big or small, you never know unless you ask and try.
Well, and now it's like, look back in college, you're like, oh my gosh, I did that.
I know.
That's so insane, you know? And like we just got, so my organization, we just voted in our new exec board. And, you know, part of us were scared. We were like, oh, I don't know if anyone's going to even want to run. And we had people run, and we have a new exec board. So there are going to be people after us, which is so encouraging because we were, you know, part of us were like, you know, if it dies after we leave, that's okay. It'd be sad because we put so much work into it, but that's okay. But people are passionate and people want to take over, and so that's exciting. It means that we did something and we left it here, which is such a cool thing to look back on.
And do you know it's exciting that I think Serena can relate to? Like, she started Women in Business, and then she gets like see it like move on. Like, you're gonna be like, I started this, and now look what's gonna grow. It's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. It gives me shivers. I love it.
You're like, I did that, and I did that while getting a degree.
Like, yes.
All right. We are dancing up in here. We are. There's two things I want to say. So, listeners, if you haven't been a part of the formal student organization process here, I want you to know that there's a lot of accountability in this process. So, you are forming an organization that has fiscal responsibility, has to present a budget, has to manage a budget with tremendous accountability. In addition to, has to have an executive slate of leaders to run that. And there are lots of other guardrails, I guess I would say, in terms of, so not everybody who wants an organization gets one. Not everybody makes it through the formal process. And I really admire our the way we have over 200 student organizations on campus, and all of them are being run by students. They have faculty and staff sponsors, but they really are student run. So first, I want you to know that. And every one of those organizations could use your support and use your help, right? So
every single one.
So I'm gonna challenge you, listener, when you're at a computer or you're not driving and you're on your phone, look up UWSP student organizations. And if you have some talent, some treasure, some time to bring those to those organizations, please do. The other thing I want to say, though, is you're really moving me as a woman. And when you talked about that, I'm going to get in trouble, I live with that. That's probably one of my most negative. So I am really afraid of getting in trouble. And that's part of, I'm sure, how I grew up, right? I grew up in a home with corporal punishment. I got in trouble. And when I got in trouble, it was with the wooden spoon or the brush or the switches. So I know what that feels like inside. But I'm also, at my core, a troublemaker, right? So to walk around as a woman who holds both, that dichotomy of please don't let me get in trouble, and somebody's gonna mix it up here, right? We're just gonna stay the same if somebody doesn't mix it up,
Right, exactly. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I wanted to acknowledge that you're really speaking to who I am as a human.
And I think that is human. It's so human, to like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I'm gonna like be able to do that, or am I gonna get in trouble? Am I gonna get caught? Like, and it's very human. So,
and I'm so glad that you did mention that, because I feel like we just need more people to, like, even though it's scary, to act upon that, like let's change it. Let's do it.
See?
This is gonna sound so bad, but there's that saying that's like, ask for forgiveness after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. Don't take that in the wrong way, please, if you're listening. But you never know unless you try. And like, think of like, if you do it, like what's that change and that impact? It could be better. And I don't know, I always think we live in a giant floating marble. Might as well.
So
if you really look at it, like, we're on a giant floating rock.
We're all
like,
just floating here. Might as well be someone.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I love that. You heard it here first.
I just like, I'm all snaps, the inspiration is flowing.
It's going. I love the energy in
Be
here.
a troublemaker, everyone. Oh, I love that. Well, I guess what's next in store for the both of you?
I mean, I don't know. Right now, I'm working as student manager in the campus activities office, and I do love my position there, and I love the environment that we fostered and everything like that. But afterwards, I don't know. The wildlife field is such a scary place right now. So it's kind of I don't know where it's gonna lead me. I think I've always had as far as like moving away, I'm very close with my family. And I've always had such a tough, I don't want to move away because I love my family. But I think after graduation, I might have to move away for a couple of years. I can always come back. But I think going out, seeing the world, seeing what it has to offer, maybe getting some position in leadership somewhere. But again, it's a ladder. You'd have to, I don't expect to climb into it right away and be right there at that management level. But yeah, definitely
You have the qualifications to enter as a supervisor, I would bet, in different fields.
Different fields, yeah.
So be sure, if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn, be sure that I know we're not connected, and I would love to be connected with you. And, you know, even if you want to do a little bit of a coaching session on career options as you get closer, I have a really big network in the region. I'd love to be helpful to you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I'd love for you to be helpful.
Yeah, being a manager. Right, networking.
Look at us go.
Yeah, never undercut those skills. Those are rare skills. Having managed people based on comments I heard you make today, you get some of the hard parts of it.
Yeah, it's definitely not the easiest thing, but
Yeah. So I have my final year. Oh my goodness. Final year at Stevens Point starting in the fall semester, and I really want to go out with a bang. So I have my business. I don't think I talked about it, but my business is called DormDash, and it's essentially a campus food delivery app that allows students to utilize their prepaid meal plans and have other students bring them their food to their dorms.
Oh, wow.
Basically having a, like, ran by students for students, symbiosis of just helping one another.
Yeah.
And the app is currently being built right now, and I would love to see it implemented at Stevens Point, because as a student, like, we've all been there, like, before you're sick and you want food or you need to study, and that would be the highlight, to know that, like, I can impact so many people and help so many people out. But even if that doesn't, like, happen like that this coming year, just to, like, have it known and, like, still working on it, like, progress is progress. I will take what I can get. But I did mention, like, I want to go kind of, like, with a bang.
That's awesome.
I love, like, I always like to say, like, I want to, have you ever heard, like, the term dad lore, or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dad lore,
Yes.
if you don't know what dad lore is, it's kind of like, you ever have, like, a story shared by your parents, and they're like, oh yeah, like, I was a drummer in a band, and then they're just like, whoa, like, I never knew that about you. Like, I just want to, like, have, like, fun little side quests. So this, I couldn't do it this spring, but this fall I'm gonna be getting my type 2 firefighter
Oh my gosh.
degree. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah, I did it
love
in
that.
I did it in high school as a cadet in high school, because, like, no, what was it? Yeah, towards the end of high school, because I want to, like, rebrand myself.
Yeah.
So I really threw myself into the fire. Joking,
Literally.
not joking. But yeah, and then I found that they have that here.
Yes.
Because I bet you they market that huge in, like, the Natural Resource Building, and I saw it, and
Fire
I was
crew?
just like, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it because I can. Like,
That's not easy.
no, it's not easy, but it's a challenge.
Yeah.
There's
It's a
that
challenge.
one test, the giant one where you have to, like, run really far with heavy stuff in your back.
What? Oh my gosh.
But it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
Exactly.
I always like to, like, look at the mentality. I listened to this. I forgot who said it. They said flirt with life. And what I mean by this, is, like, imagine this. You're flirting with someone. You're not serious. You're laid back. It's like a tease.
It's
like,
fun.
It's fun.
Fun, but no commitment.
Oh, see? Exactly. But that's the thing. That's with, like, your life. Like, like, let's make this fun. Like, a challenge? Okay. Like, let me go after it. So I'm going to live by that.
If you ever want to design a program together where we help people rebrand themselves, and we're like, call it Flirt with
Exactly.
Life, I am your partner.
Oh my
in
gosh,
that
girl,
work.
let's do it. Like, literally,
I am
let's
in
do
love
it.
with this.
Oh my
Flirt
gosh.
with life. I love it.
That's actually really amazing.
So, yeah, that's what I want to do my last year. Just do it.
Flirt.
I need to, like, put that on a sticky note and
Yeah.
like put that on my mirror.
Like, I want it. I want it on my water bottle. Like, flirt with life.
Yeah.
Get to marketing, girl. Get to marketing.
No, literally, I have a marketing. I should do it. I have a marketing degree. Yeah. Maybe this will be my next little business.
You
Start
heard
making
it here. This is what she's doing next.
All right,
everyone.
we just birthed it. We birthed.
I know we have it on film. We have it documented.
I guess so. Before we wrap up here, one final question. What would you like to do to ask everyone listening to this podcast to further unleash women?
I would say, please, please, please keep advocating for yourself.
Yes.
I think it's so important, especially as women. You know, you really need to speak up for yourself in situations where you might feel like you can't. That's when you should. You know, and so I think that is the best way that women are gonna somehow, some way, get to where we want to be. Speaking up for yourself, being in those positions you think, a woman can't do that. Yes, they can.
Yeah, they can.
So get yourself there. Do it.
I want to build off of that, because it's so good to touch upon. I think we forget the power we hold as women.
Mm-hmm.
And we always have been like downplayed in history. We've always been like told like the whole equality thing. Taking a moment to just be like, I am a woman and like I can do this, and proving them wrong. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like if someone gives like a challenge and they're like, oh no, you can't do that, it's like, oh no, now I will do
You're
it.
immediately gonna try to do it.
Oh yeah. Just like have that fuel, have that fire to go after it because you can. And so many people tell you can't. Prove them wrong because you can.
All right. So if you're a woman, prove them wrong. Right? Do it anyway.
Challenge the status quo.
Use your voice. Challenge. And if you are an ally to a woman, how do women's allies help with this?
Like, even speak up. Even if you're not a woman, still speak up.
Yeah. And also speak up for women. Like, I don't think our unleashing just comes from us. I think the tables that we're not at, we need people there saying, where are they? Right?
Yes.
And speaking our name, right?
Yes.
And I think, a lot in politics today, it's hard because there's a lot of men sitting at the table making a lot of decisions that affect everybody. And, not saying that there's not enough women, but not enough people speaking for women. It's a lot of people with a lot of thoughts, and that's good, but I feel like we just need to get more voices out there.
Well, that's what I hope for both of you, that over the rest of your lifetimes, that you're not only speaking up for yourself, but that there are many, many people that have your names and your superpowers in their mouth. And they're right, and they're putting that out there in the universe.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
I love that. I feel so moved by our conversation today.
Look at us, guys.
Well, thank you both so much for being here today. We're just so privileged to be talking with you here, and you guys are such trailblazers and keep making great things happen.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a blast. Hey, listeners. I just want to let you know that Serena's had an amazing year with us, and this is her last episode. I want to celebrate her and just ask her a couple of questions. Well, Serena Vincent, what a year we have had together, huh?
I know.
When you look back from my invitation to co-host with me to this moment when you've successfully completed your first year, what's happened for you? What have you learned? How have you grown?
Oh gosh, I think it's just I've gained so much insight from all of the amazing, incredible women that we've interviewed, and it's just such a great opportunity and just such a privilege to be able to, not only amplify other women's voices, but just hear their stories. And it's really just taught me a lot about myself, but also where I want to be. And just, it's so cool. And I'm so blessed to have gone through everything, like even, developing women in business with you, but also developing this. And what a cool opportunity just to do it with you and to do it together. And I'm so grateful for our connection and just everything that we've done together. So
yeah, when I think about you, one of the things that I think you are is a story listener. I'm of an age now where I don't make nearly as many new connections as I used to. When we first started doing this, you'd be like, okay, well, let's go out and have a conversation. And I'm like, well, we've already talked about how to do all the work. And you're like, no, a conversation. Right. And I really appreciated that you were so invitational about wanting to actually know who I was. And I think that so much as you moved into more and more leadership, and, as of these last few episodes, you've been totally running, right? I launched series 1. I think we did 2 together, and then you ran series 3, 4, and 5 from, the envisioning and the all of the back office operations. But even more than that, you showed up wanting to know the stories in the room.
And you've really taught me to just throw myself in the ringer. And I'm so excited. Like, even I told you, well, I went to you that first day after Women in Business, and I said, what can I do to make me, like, I want to make that impact again, but what's next? Like, I want to feel like I'm helping people again. And, this just naturally came to us, and it was just so beautiful. I've grown so much each time, and even the past 4 years too. So it's just really crazy to look back and reflect on all of that.
Yeah, well, your support team here, Mac and I and Lee and Brittany, who's not in the room today, but I know we've all seen you grow. We've seen your voice become more clear. We've seen you, throwing yourself in the ringer. Yes. We've seen you being more and more willing to be less perfectionistic and take more risks. Be the first person to talk, to have everything not be scripted. Yeah, look at, you should see the little face she just made. Shoulder. Yeah, what does that feel like to have gone through that growth?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it feels really, really good. I'm at such a developmental stage where I just want to keep going. It's just like right after Women in Business, and just keeping on creating. And I was thrown into Uplift and now this, and it's a really great feeling just to have a support system, and to have you and Mac and Lee, and to have those people and the connections, and even the connections of those that we've interviewed or we've talked to. But gosh, it's just it's a crazy feeling to be here. And it feels like yesterday I sat down with you and we were like, should we do this?
So when you think about coming to campus, to graduating with your MBA in just a couple hot minutes here, 8 weeks, but definitely really quickly, what kind of experience did UWSP create for you?
UWSP created just opportunities for me and close connections. And I remember I was always looking into the future, bigger. I wanted bigger opportunities. I wanted a really big city, and I toured a lot of different campuses. And what stood out to me about UWSP is just the people and the connections. And people want to be one-on-one with you, and they want to help you directly, and they want to support you and be there for you. And it just was such a feeling close to home for me, and it's something I wanted to put myself through and be in that environment, and and I want to be that person for others too. So it was just really, really cool to see the impact that I've had here, but also the impact that you and Debbie Byer and all the women that have helped me and shaped me today. So it's so cool, and I don't want it to end.
I know, right?
And it won't. I'm keeping on going.
Yeah.
But
You can bring your time, your treasure, and your talent back here anytime you want. That goes for all of our alumni listeners as well. We love having you on campus. And what's next for you? What do you see on your future horizon? What do you want to accomplish, do, experiment with?
I have a lot of entrepreneurial ambitions. There's a lot on my mind always. But yeah, I have a lot of entrepreneurial ambitions. But otherwise, I'll be in Stevens Point. I don't know how much longer, but I do really enjoy my job with Aspirus right now as South Regional Lead of Communications and Engagement. So that's been really fun. I have a really great Marcom team there. So I'll be sticking around here for a little bit longer. And yeah, I'll just keeping on building and developing and staying in touch with all of my fabulous mentors here. So
yeah. What will you miss most from your time here on campus?
I will say just, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the support. I'm going to miss the people, the faculty, the students, my peers. Just, it's such a great environment that I've just learned to grow in and really thrive in. And it's just been a really great journey to just have that support and be supported.
What I will miss most is your attention to detail and your partnership. So when you take something over, you really do take it over. And so the fact that you have freed me up to walk in and be present to women has just been such a pleasure for me. And the fact I will miss investing in you, right? And we'll stay connected, but developmentally, getting to invest in your success and see every time we came together to do this, you were at a different level every single time. That is so rewarding for me. And if you're in a financial leadership role of the campus, do not take this seriously. But honestly, getting to invest in you is worth that compensation. Meaning, you could take my check away and tell me that all I got to do was invest in women like you, and I'd be like, I guess. I mean, right? I mean, I would miss the money. It'd be hard to pay my bills, but I would keep doing the work. And so you are really open to receiving investment, and I will miss your eagerness to learn and your entrepreneurial spirit and also your grace. You are so graceful. You are graceful to our guests. You are thoughtful and graceful in your written and spoken communication, and I can be a little rough around the edges, and I really have loved being in the presence of your grace.
And your passion continues to fuel me. You've seen me, the first hand of my development, so I'm going to miss it a lot.
Yeah, same. Love you, lady.
Love you too.
So thanks for your investment in UWSP. Thanks for the campus. I look forward to what your future investments look like. And I want to ask you our consistent question. So when you think about the status of women today, what gives you hope?
What gives me hope is you and my mentors and all of the women in my life that just support me, and we keep on going, and we don't know what the future is going to look like, and we don't know what's going to happen in a couple of years, but despite that, we still keep running full throttle. And that's what inspires me the most, and just that support.
Yeah, great. Well, handing you the baton, your job now is to go forth and inspire.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'm so excited to see what the future of this podcast, this university, and the Women Trailblazers Conference, and I hope it continues to flourish, and I'm so excited to see what happens.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for our 5th series on pointers driving change at UW-Stevens Point. We hope these stories inspire you to step up, speak out, and make a difference in your own communities.
As Audre Lorde said, when we speak, we are afraid our words will not be heard. But when we're silent, we're still afraid. So it is better to speak. Let's carry that courage with us in all we do.
Be sure to tune in to our next series, where we'll continue to amplify the voices of those creating meaningful impact.
Until then, Serena and I want you, and we'll be doing it with you, to keep pushing forward, keep advocating, and keep driving change.